have 5 points, okay? So thing number 1. Okay, here's the thing about losing weight. Okay, first of all, before I start talking, erase everything from your brain, every thought you have about what a diet should be, what am I going to eat, what am I going to do for exercise. Take that all out of your brain, okay? And just like listen. So bossy. Here's the number 1 thing we're going to do. We are going to focus on building a healthy mindset, a healthy relationship with food, the scale, and your body. And I know that sounds really like, let's all hold hands and talk about our feelings and lose weight. I know that feels annoying because I would have been annoyed 5 years ago if someone told me that's how I was going to start my journey. But do you know what? Fast forward 5 years, I've lost 70 pounds, I've kept it off, and I've seen thousands of women do the same. And this is what they all have in common. So this is what I want to share with you. Okay, so here's the thing about food. We need to stop labeling food as good versus bad. So that's the first thing I need you to do if you're going to be your weight loss member. Stop labeling food as good versus bad. The next thing I need you to do is not make certain foods off limits. Why? Because when you make foods off limits, you crave it, you end up crashing and eating it, then you feel guilty, you feel like a failure, you feel like shame. And then that starts the cycle again of restricting a certain food, eating it, guilt, shame. And then you feel like a failure, but you haven't failed. And the same thing as good food versus bad food. Because as soon as you start labeling food as bad, and then you eat bad food, you feel bad. So we really, at Your Way Weight Loss, you can eat whatever you want. There's no such thing as good food versus bad food. We really try and work on getting rid of the guilt, the shame. Like, have you ever felt guilty or shame or a failure associated with what you're eating? There's no place for that. Because what that happens is that starts the cycle of restricting and then overeating, restricting, overeating. I bet you, give me a little heart, guys, if you can relate to that. Show me a heart if you are someone that has seen yourself in the past doing that. I bet you every single person can relate to that. So we get rid of that. Honestly, guys, if you want to lose weight, all you need to do is be in a calorie deficit. Thank you for your hearts. All you need to do is be in a calorie deficit. That's it. So you can eat burgers, you can eat fries, you can drink beer. You just have to find a way that works for you to be in a calorie deficit. And we're going to talk a lot more about calorie deficit in a minute. Okay, so the scale. We need to form a good relationship with the scale, because if you get on the scale and you're like, oh, that scale's a B, I hate the scale's the devil, and then we're telling you to get on the scale, and then you're emotional when you get on the scale, and then you're eating your emotions because you struggle with emotional eating. So we need to work on the relationship with the scale. And how we try and get our members to do that is we encourage them to get on the damn scale, because you get on once a week and it helps you to practice your relationship with the scale. The scale is just feedback. It does not define you. It does not define your worth. It does not define success or failure. It is simply feedback, data. And if we are here to lose weight, we need some data to know if you deserve to know if what you're doing is working or not. Okay, your body. This one is the hardest one for me. It's the one I'm currently still working on. I mean, actually, do you know what? I'm still working on all of these. They will never be done, check. Never have to think about that. I will always need to work on these things. But your body, I know this is hard as well. You need to do this out of love for yourself and not out of hate. Because you're going to get to a point where you don't hate yourself anymore. And then if that's the only way you've ever learned to lose weight, you will then gain it all back because you don't hate yourself anymore. So you need to do this out of love. You need to be able to not look in the mirror and think, oh my God, everything about my body naked is amazing. I don't ever think that that's going to happen. But we need to work on that self-talk. We need to speak to ourselves with kindness. And we need to learn to appreciate where we are right now while working towards better. It doesn't have to be one or the other. You can't love your body and accept it as is. You don't have to do one or the other, okay? You can do both. All right, so that was the number one thing that was working on. So how do we do this at Your Way Weight Loss? So the Be Your Best program has like over 40 video tutorials. Every single week we do a meeting on topics that are going to break this down. We have a bank of videos that you can watch. I say it's like Netflix for people that want to lose weight, talking all about all of these topics. We have reflection sheets every week that you can do. And you know what? Time will help you work on all of this, and surrounding yourself with other people who do have a healthy relationship with food, who have built a better relationship with the scale, who are able to now love their bodies. That's how you're going to learn that piece. Okay, the next piece is, food. You're like, okay, great, mindset, food. What am I going to eat? Okay, so how does your weight loss help you lose weight? Is we're going to give you 1,000,000 trillion meal ideas. We're going to give you 1,000,000 trillion recipes. The cookbook is updated once a month with brand new recipes, okay? But we're going to give you our list of favorite things, all the fun food items we love buying at the grocery store. So we are just going to give you ideas. And the goal is to be in a calorie deficit. What a calorie deficit is that you burn more calories in the run of a day or over 7 days, let's say, than you take in. How you create your own calorie deficit is up to you. You can do anything. So what we're going to do is throw at you tons of tools, tons of strategies. And then you are going to choose which tools that you use out of the toolbox. You're going to choose the tools that align with your goals, your values, your priorities, your tastes, your environment. That's it. We're going to give you 1,000,000 tools, but we're not going to tell you which tools to use. And here's the thing. You're going to have to try some tools and they won't work. You have to put them back in the toolbox and get different tools. So again, we need time. I'm going to be really honest. This is not a quick fix. If you want to lose weight, if you want to lose 10 pounds fast, this is not your plan. We are very transparent with people that want to join our program. And it is not for people looking for a quick fix. It is people that are looking to change their lives. Okay, next thing, community. So how is your weight loss going to help you achieve your goal? You are going to be surrounded by thousands of other people that have the exact same goal as you. We are all there because we are striving to be our best selves. The community group is the closed private Facebook group that all our current members have access to, and it is filled with positivity, vulnerability, ideas, accountability, support, and inspiration. And the only way you can actually get a feel for that place is when you're in it. And you know what? We started that, 4 years ago, let's say, 3 years ago, we started that part of your weight loss. When Jose and I started it, we were like, oh, what's this going to be like? Is it just going to be like us posting so awkwardly? And do you know what? It blew up. And do you know what makes that community group what it is? Every single one of our current members. And it is such a positive place to be. Sometimes 3 years later, I'm laying in my bed and I'm scrolling through and I'm like, wow. Like I am a part of that. That blows me away. Okay, number 4. Guys, we're just plowing through this. I think I'm crushing my time goal. Knowledge. So how is your weight loss going to help you reach your goals? We are going to give you knowledge. We are going to help you learn. There are 2 things you need to learn about to lose weight. One is mindset. I know that annoying word. You need to learn about you. You need to learn about what you actually value. You need to learn about your life. You need to learn about how. So many people tell me, I know exactly what I need to do to lose weight. And I'm like, no. You understand the science of weight loss, but you have yet to figure out how to implement that in your life. In a way that works for you, in a way that you're happy, in a way that's sustainable. And that's the magic right there. That's what we are trying to help every single one navigate. We're helping every single one of our members navigate that process where they figure out how to make it work for them. Because we're all different. We all have obstacles we need to overcome to be healthy people. And so then we can offer strategies. And we can also show you other people that have had experiences similar to where you're at right now and have overcome them. I always say one of the most amazing things is about our group is that I actually can see people with my eyes doing something that they thought was impossible. Like when I see women lose 140 pounds, 100 pounds, 50 pounds, 30 pounds, reach a healthy BMI, run 10 kilometers, quit their job, start a business, leave their husbands, get remarried. When I see these women doing these things, I am amazed, and I see it with my eyes every day. Okay, so I got off track there, but we were talking about knowledge. So how is Your Way Weight Loss going to help you? It's knowledge. So you need to give yourself time to learn about yourself and what's going to work for you. There's also a nutrition piece. There is certainly a component to nutrition, but I think other diet plans are trying to make it more complicated than it needs to be because they want to sell it to you. They want to sell to you they want to sell to you that it's complicated and that you need them. But we are just going to offer certainly some knowledge piece to nutrition. But I'm not going to pretend that I'm going to give you a whole, university course on macronutrients. I can, but it's not our main purpose. But just actually the last few meetings, the last probably 20 meetings, we did the School of Quarantine, and we taught our members about calorie deficit, calorie smart food, losing weight with exercise, like the fact stuff. It's there. It's there for you on the community group. It's there for you ready to take in that content. It's also all in the Be Your Best program. We talk about nighttime eating, weekends, calorie deficit, exercise. All of the fact stuff is talked about, but you know what? It's not the main focus. It's not the most important thing. The most important thing is your mindset. Okay, last thing. How does your way, I guess this isn't really a thing. Okay, I'm going to summarize. Here's the 4 things. This is how Your Way Weight Loss is going to help you. Okay, number 1, we are going to help you to build a better relationship with food, the scale, and your body. And we are going to do that by showing you us doing it ourselves, by making you take in content that is going to help you. We are going to give you thought-provoking reflection type questions that are going to force you into having difficult conversations with yourself. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, we are going to give you 1 million trillion food and meal ideas to eat, recipes, just things to pick up at the grocery store, meal prep ideas. We are just going to give you more ideas than you know what to do with. Number 3, you're going to be in a community of other like-minded people who want exactly what you want. And the community group is so incredibly positive. It's a very special place. And number 4 is we're going to give you some knowledge. So we're going to give you knowledge on nutrition and mindset. So honestly, at the end of the day, if that resonated with any of you, that made sense to any of you, I hope that clarified some things for most of you. I'm just going to wrap up here because I'm almost at my 16 minutes. If you have any questions, comment while I'm wrapping up. Honestly, if you are ready for this time to be different, if you are ready for this time to be the time that you lose weight and you lose weight for good, then you join Your Way Weight Loss. If you are ready to work on changing your identity, if you're ready to put in the work and the time it's going to take to create the healthy habits that are required to be a healthy person long term, then Your Way Weight Loss is what you want to join. So I'm not sugarcoating it, being super transparent. This is a long-term commitment. This is a real commitment. This is not easy, but man, it's worth it. We always say that being overweight is hard. I've been there. Being overweight is hard, okay? I remember being overweight. It was hard. Getting dressed every day in the morning and sweating. Just being hot, being uncomfortable, being exhausted, carrying around 70 extra pounds, not wanting to go to social events, feeling embarrassed. Being healthy is hard too. Choose your hard. I've done both.